Hi, I'm WinstonW here today for a new series review. It's been a while. Let's get into it. So, first of all, in the last episode of Season 5, which is called Ragnarok, Bjorn and Witzek attack to take back Kattegat from Ivar, but they are forced to retire. Freydis sneaks inside Bjorn's camp and reveals the hidden door to get inside the city. They easily take back Kattegat and Ivar is forced to flee away after killing Freydis for her treason. But from the vision of the seer, King Bjorn knows that the war is not over yet. Ivar has fled Norway and is making his way down the Silk Road. His band is attacked by the Rus Vikings and Ivar is taken to Kiev where he meets Prince Oleg for the first time. One of the most interesting points of this season is Oleg. I like this new character a lot. He's the kind of cruel bastard who makes jokes while killing. He is also in pain because of his dead wife that he killed himself for cheating on him. The guy has clearly a mental problem. The two of them are a perfect match. He's a crazy and cruel character, even worse than Ivar, I think. He reminds me a bit of Euron Greyjoy in Game of Thrones. People call him the Prophet. Oleg avoided being poisoned thanks to a dream he had, but I think it's just a made-up story so people think he is divine. In reality, he just manages to get information he needs in order to have leverage over his enemies. It's even a bit scary because he knows a lot about Ivar's stories, about his son, about his dead wife. Oleg even marries a woman that looks like Freydis. They will even tease him by having sex in front of him. Oleg at that point is clearly suspicious of Ivar and wants to make him suffer and understand who is the boss around here. I like the game between them. Both of them are pulling strings in the dark to get the upper hand. I thought they would become brothers since they are very similar in character, but their shark's instinct got the best of their friendship. Oleg poisoned one of his brothers to capture Igor, the true heir of the Rus kingdom, who is a little kid. He will even capture his older brother and torture him, brother that will be freed by Ivar later. Talking about Ivar, I like the more human side of Ivar. He's very much different on Amber. He spends time with Igor doing magic tricks and laughing with him. He gets close to Igor so he can take over the Rus kingdom, I think. He will betray Oleg at some point, it's obvious. He's plotting in his back with the older brother and also tries to get Igor on his side. Anyway, they have planned to invade Scandinavia together, therefore they have to stick with each other if they want to succeed. In Kattegat, Bjorn is a bit of king that wants to do the right thing. Ubbe and Torvi are living a peaceful and happy life, raising children. Lagertha finally looking a bit older, he's tired of fighting and wants to retire. She wants a simpler life, like the one she had with Ragnar when they were just farmers. So she finds a spot to build her farm and start to set up here. But Lagertha, of course, doesn't retire for eternity. Once her village is attacked by the bandits outlawed by Bjorn, she takes back her weapons. Witzek is not in his best shape. He is drunk, feeling remorse for following Ivar. That made him lose his last one. The performance and the makeup of the actor were very convincing. I felt very uncomfortable watching him. He truly looks disgusting, smelly and crazy. I don't want to be close to him. Bjorn struggles to make a decision. Howard has been captured by King Olaf and he is calling for his help after helping him against Ivar and even saving him. He decides to help Harald even though he goes against his pledge to not make war anymore. Ubbe and Torvi will rule Kattegat while he's away. Flatnose comes back to Kattegat to take new settlers, but Ubbe and Bjorn are suspicious about him and why Floki has disappeared. Bjorn has a hard time this season. He loses his battle against Olaf, loses the election to become king of Norway, loses his son and mother. Happy New Year, Bjorn! But he cheated on his wife, therefore karma is a bitch, huh? Lucky for him, Gungnir is not jealous and even wants him to marry Ingrid, a slave. Lagertha wasn't that tolerant. I never like Bjorn that much. I like Ivar's story better. The crippled guy that everyone underestimates or makes fun of. The crippled Viking that fights back and still wants to be a great warrior. I found the rising of Ivar very enjoyable. What follows a bit less, he becomes full of himself and cruel. Ube and Tovi don't have much character development. Ube is just there being reasonable and wise. They end up going to Iceland with Ketil to look for Floki. I wonder if their storyline might stay in this area and Ube will end up being king of Iceland after fighting Ketil. I don't know, we'll see. I enjoyed the scene of the election a lot, and the political maneuverings. I truly thought that Bjorn would have been made king, even though I know that Harald is supposed to be king at some point. I thought it would be later. It was surprising, everyone seemed to root for Bjorn, and then suddenly all the votes went to Harald. I could see Bjorn's rage while he was understanding what was happening. I felt very sad seeing Bjorn in the background witnessing the coronation. Unhappy also, it has been the dream of Harald. He sacrificed so much and waited for his turn patiently for so long that I thought he was well deserved. After that, Bjorn pissed me off. He is not accepting his defeat, even more when he unleashed his wrath on Witzek for killing Lagertha. When Lagertha killed Aslog, Bjorn didn't care about Ube and Ivar's feelings. He is a bit selfish sometimes, especially when you know that it was a mistake. Anyway, at the end, he decided to let Witzek suffer instead of being burned alive. I couldn't believe it would have been that easy. Lagertha's storyline has been the most epic part of this season by far. The battle against Whitehair's bandits in the village with the labyrinth was very much enjoyable. Whitehair is a scary motherfucker, so big and strong really. I thought, how can Lagertha win against him? Is it how she will die in an epic duel? But no, she fights smarter and wins like a boss. But instead she dies by mistake, killed by Witzek. I saw it coming, but I thought it couldn't be that easy and stupid. But yes, he stabs her to death in his hallucination. Just like Ragnar, she dies almost willingly. Her destiny was to die by the hand of a son of Ragnar. She is welcoming death with open arms because she will see again the love of her life, Ragnar, in Valhalla. But it's really unfortunate why nobody traveled with her. She was wounded. Episode 7 was one of the most touching and beautiful one of the entire series. Kattegat gave a great funeral to Lagertha. I enjoy particularly the part under the water when she is going back in time and ends up at the side of her true love, Ragnar. So touching and gorgeous. A volunteer called Gyda, named after the daughter of Ragnar and Lagertha, is sacrificed to accompany her into the other world. The girl is very cute and shy and so freaking happy to die. I truly love all the pagan ceremonies. It really sets up a great ambience and spirit. Bjorn's speech is very touching also. I almost wanted to cry. So at the end of episode 8, the Rus Vikings start a raid party announcing their arrival. All Norway will be under attack very soon. The situation in Iceland is way better compared to the previous season. The settlement has grown, there are infrastructures and food. We finally get to see more of Ube. I really hate the childbirth scenes in movies or series. I think I'm absolutely not ready to be a dad. Anyway, it was still quite touching when Tovi sees her son. The new enigmatic character named Otter, or attestant, I don't know, prayed to save Tovi. That's how Ube discovers that he is a Christian. This character is really mysterious. I wonder how he is connected to Floki's story. I appreciate the realistic aspect of the series. Women could die from giving birth. It was dangerous at that period. The son is named Ragnar. I felt overwhelmed. It triggered my nostalgia. I guess Ube's destiny might be to discover the Golden Lands, which I guess is America. It is known that Vikings' presence has been found there. I appreciate the idea of following the side quest of Ube and Tovi. We might discover new lands soon. Witzek goes back to Ivar, it was one of the most unexpected things of this first part of Season 6. At the beginning they were very distant, but they are almost cuddling on the boat after. That was quite cute. Even though Witzek looks better, we can still feel the madness in his eyes or when he talks. I don't really understand what's happening in his mind. Is Witzek there to infiltrate the Rose Kingdom and will betray Ivar at some point to redeem himself? I really don't know. Or did he just give up on his past and decide to move on and do whatever he wants to just follow his destiny? Another interesting point, Ivar asks if Witzek recognizes Freydis in the princess. He's a bit confused by the question and tells Ivar that he is crazy. Was it a hallucination all along? And we get to see the Rus army. Very impressive. Oleg has decided to destroy paganism. It's more than just a battle for lands, it's a battle for religion. Ivar in the back look scared by it. One more reason to betray Oleg. Harald, as much as he hates it, he has to get along with Bjorn to face the Rus. He is not too full of himself or stupid, at least. It's interesting how the plot is constructed. Oleg and Ivar are opposed but together to attack Scandinavia. Bjorn and Harald are enemies but together to defend their country. Last time it was the pagans that attacked Christianity. That time it's reversed. And then the last episode of Season 6 Part 1 was by far the most surprising and epic one. I loved it. First thing, Katia is actually a traitor too, working for Oleg's brother Deer. For some reason she tries to have sex with Ivar, who can commit, sadly, as usual. In the meantime, spring is coming. Bjorn and Harald prepare the defense against the Rus attack. Not all the Jarls answer the call for help in order to defend the country, therefore the Vikings are outnumbered by the Rus army. Because it wasn't enough for Bjorn, Gungnir loses their son. What a season for him truly. Ivar, as usual, is smarter than everyone. He makes up a plan to take Harald's kingdom easy peasy lemon squeezy. The idea is to climb the cliff, protecting the city, so they can take it easily and flank the Vikings in the meantime. The battle was one of the best one of the entire series. So fucking epic, I loved it. I felt the adrenaline, the excitement before the battle. The arrival of the Rus made me think of the American landings in Normandy. Even the boats looks like the landing craft vehicles they used, with the opening in front so they can land and attack the beach very quickly. I don't know if you have noticed the head of Jesus on Oleg's boat, accentuating the religious character of the attack, Christianity breaking inside paganism. Meanwhile, most of the Vikings defend the beach. Small groups wait for the arrival of other boats that will try to penetrate the bay. They quite easily pass the defense of the Vikings and start climbing the cliff. I like the virtual conversation between Bjorn and Ivar, arguing about who is the real successor of Ragnar. There is a big contrast between the two characters. Bjorn is very aggressive, unsure of himself, and Ivar is very calm and confident about the outcomes of the battle. Harald gets wounded and drops on the floor unable to fight anymore. The Rus are flanking the Vikings, it seems to be over for them. Bjorn keeps fighting anyway on the beach until a sword runs through him. At first I was like, whoa, what the hell? Then you see Ivar holding the blade. So Bjorn is symbolically killed by Ivar because he won the battle. Bjorn drops on his back and you can see from his eyes, life is leaving him. I couldn't believe that he would possibly die so soon this season. It was a hell of a surprise. But that's what I love about this series, it's always unexpected. Eric the Red steals the crown from Harald, so if he is captured, they cannot know he was a king. So the Rus have taken the headquarters of Norway, but not the whole country yet. It's not over for sure, all the other Jarls are still alive. That episode is for now my favorite one this season, and finally we get to see a big major battle. I love the soundtracks they use for the battle, it fits the ambience perfectly. I love this season, I enjoyed it a lot. I found none of the episodes boring. Now the questions remaining. What happened to Floki? What happened to the realm of England? And where is Rollo? I expect and hope the part 2 of season 6 to answer these questions. For me, the most beautiful scene was Lagertha's funeral, so emotional. I love the part on the water with the white horses. They try to create a Valhalla ambience, I think. The most touching moment is when she's laying down next to Ragnar, wow, right in the feelings. They made a funeral that truly represents the Ice Maiden. She's dragged on ice on a decorated Drakkar. I will say it again, I love the pagan ceremonies in the series. I don't really have a scene that I hate, but I really don't feel comfortable watching the birth child scene. I'll always feel disgusted by it, therefore it's the thing I like the less this season, I think. I was afraid they would cut her open conscience to get the child. It would have made it even worse, I think. I rate the first part of season 6 9 out of 10. In terms of character development, it was quite interesting. The different characters suffer a lot, especially Bjorn, Witzek and Lagertha. The storyline didn't progress so much for Uber. I think it might be more interesting in the next season. Even Ivar didn't evaluate that much either. Everything went his way. He was quite lucky all along. He definitely changed in comparison with the previous season. He lost his childish behavior, getting angry all the time. He has grown. He still has his sharp mind, but he is not impulsive anymore. I like the new Ivar a lot. I can't wait to see what will happen next. I hope we will get more actions on big battles. The first part of season 6 has set up the different issues on the context. It is time for all the different characters to fight and bleed now. Ragnar's legacy is everywhere in the series. His presence is still there in everyone's minds. All the brothers claim more or less to be Ragnar's successor, but I think none of them is. They all follow their own path. We even get to see a scene from the first season when Lagertha lives with Bjorn. It brought back the memories. It's also a great refreshing feature that the set moved east in the Russian territory. I will make a theory video about what might happen in the second part. I will also break down the trailer for episode 11. There is no air date for now, but I hope we won't have to wait for too long. I want to know what will happen next so bad. I will review the next part of season 6 for sure, therefore subscribe now if you don't want to be burned alive by my hand. Alright, that's all for me today. Leave a like, comment and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out my music channel and to follow me on social media. You can also find me on pretty much all digital platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal and so on. All links in the description below. Okay, stay tuned, see you next time!